Michael Jackson's only daughter has spoken out for the first time since his death 7 years ago to say that she believes her father was murdered. Paris Jackson, now 18, said that she is convinced that Jackson's 2009 death was not accidental. He was found with a cocktail of drugs in his system, and his doctor Conrad Murray was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in November 2011 and sentenced to 4 years in prison. But the teenager believes there is more to his death than that. He would drop hints about people being out to get him, she told Rolling Stone. And at some point he was like, "They're gonna kill me one day." Miss Jackson told the magazine she is certain her father was murdered. "Absolutely," she said. "Because it's obvious. All arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory and it sounds like bull, but all real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup. It was bull. Asked who would want her father dead, she replied, "A lot of people," and added that she is still seeking justice. "I definitely do, but it's a chess game. And I am trying to play the chess game the right way. And that's all I can say about that right now." She also revealed that she was sexually assaulted by a stranger at the age of 14 but did not go into detail about her claim. And she told how attending mainstream school after her father's death traumatized her. She attempted suicide, and was sent to a therapeutic school in Utah. "I tried to grow up too fast, and I wasn't really that nice of a person," she said, saying she faced cyberbullying. "The whole freedom of speech thing is great. But I don't think that our founding fathers predicted social media when they created all of these amendments and stuff." Paris was born to Debbie Rowe, a nurse who was treating Jackson for the skin condition vitiligo, and married Jackson because she knew he wanted to have children. She revealed that she did not meet her mother until after her father died, when she was 13. "When I was really, really young, my mom didn't exist," she said. Eventually, she realized a man can't birth a child and said that at around the age of 10 she asked her year-older brother, Prince, before turning to her father. And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "What's her name?" And he's just like, "Debbie." And I was like, "Okay, well, I know the name." After her father's death, she started researching her mother online and they eventually met. "By the time my mom came into my life, it wasn't a mommy thing. It's more of an adult relationship," she said. The teenage is well aware of speculation about her parentage. Her younger brother Blanket, now 14, has much darker skin than his siblings. Several men have come forward to say they could be the father of both Paris and Prince, now 19. He dismisses speculation, telling the magazine, "What difference does it make?" But Miss Jackson is convinced that the man behind the biggest-selling album of all time, Thriller, is her biological father. "He is my father," she said. "He will always be my father. He never wasn't, and he never will not be. People that knew him really well say they see him in me, that it's almost scary. I consider myself black," she said, adding that her father would look me in the eyes and he'd point his finger at me and he'd be like, "You're black. Be proud of your roots." Miss Jackson tells for the first time of her homeschooling and life at Neverland, how her father offered the 3 children the opportunity to attend a normal school, but they wanted to remain close to him. "When you're at home your dad, who you love more than anything, will occasionally come in the middle of class, and it's like, cool, no more class for the day. We're gonna go hang out with Dad," she said. "We were like, we don't need friends. We've got you and Disney Channel." She admitted to the reporter she was a really weird kid. Miss Jackson, now a model and aspiring actress, said that her father taught her how to cook, describing him as a kick-ass cook whose specialty was fried chicken and sweet potato pie. He also set out to educate his children in music, introducing them to artists he had worked with, such as Van Halen and Guns N' Roses, plus Tchaikovsky and Debussy, Earth, Wind and Fire, The Temptations, Tupac, Run DMC. Miss Jackson now lives in the private studio where her father made the demo for Beat It inside a compound in the Los Angeles district of Encino. The property was first purchased by Joe Jackson in 1971 with some of the Jackson 5's first Motown royalties, and rebuilt by Jackson in the 1980s. She is now renovating it. And she told how she witnessed how hurtful the allegations of child abuse were to him. "My dad would cry to me at night," she said. "Picture your parent crying to you about the world hating him for something he didn't do. And for me, he was the only thing that mattered. To see my entire world in pain, I started to hate the world because of what they were doing to him. I'm like, how can people be so mean?" She broke down in tears, before telling the magazine, "Sorry, I'm getting emotional." Like her father, Miss Jackson has become a passionate environmentalist, and says she is ready to put her celebrity to good use.